Expressing obligation and prohibition. Must plus base form. Expresses personal obligation in the present or future. Example, I must finish this by tonight. I say so. Additional example, you must call your mother every Sunday. Have to plus base form. Expresses external obligation in the present or future. Example, you have to drive on the left when you're in England. It's the law. Additional example, employees have to wear ID badges in the office. Mustn't plus base form. Expresses prohibition in the present or future. Example, you mustn't park here. You aren't allowed to. Additional example, students mustn't use their phones during exams. Had to plus base form. Expresses obligation in the past. Example, when I was at school, I had to wake up at 7 o'clock every morning. Additional example, she had to submit her assignment by Monday. Expressing necessity and absence of necessity. Need to plus base form. Expresses necessity in the present or future. Example, I need to know how many people will be at the party. Additional example, we need to leave by 8 a.m. to catch the train. Don't have to, don't need to, needn't plus base form. Express absence of necessity in the present or future. Example, you don't have to come again. It isn't necessary. Additional example, she doesn't need to send her CV again. Additional example, you needn't worry. Everything is under control. Needed to plus base form. Expresses necessity in the past. Example, we needed to buy some more soft drinks, so we went to the supermarket. Additional example, he needed to study hard to pass the exam. Didn't have to, didn't need to plus base form. Express absence of necessity in the past. Something wasn't necessary and may or may not have been done. Example, I didn't have to, didn't need to pick up the kids from school. Additional example, she didn't need to prepare dinner because they went out. Expressing advice and preference. Had better plus base form. Used to give strong advice. It often expresses a threat or warning and is stronger than should, ought to. It refers to the present or future, not the past. The negative form is, had better not. In spoken English, the short form is commonly used, I'd better, you'd better, etc. Example, you'd better ask a doctor about it. Additional example, we'd better leave now if we want to avoid traffic. Would rather plus base form. Used to express preference about the present or future. It is usually followed by, than. Its negative form is, would rather not. In spoken English, the short form is commonly used, I'd rather, you'd rather, etc. Example, I'd rather listen to pop music than jazz. Additional example, she'd rather stay home than go out tonight. Expressing possibility, may, might, could. Could, may, might plus base form. Express possibility in the present or future. Example, he could, may, might be at home now. Additional example, they could, may, might arrive late due to traffic. May not, might not plus base form. Express the possibility that something will not happen in the present or future. Example, we may not, might not go to the party tonight. Additional example, she may not, might not finish her project on time. Making deductions, must, can't. Must plus base form. Expresses certainty that something is true. Example, my parents must be at work now. Additional example, he must be the new manager. Everyone is talking about him. Can't plus base form. Expresses belief that something is impossible. Example, you can't be serious. Additional example, she can't be the culprit. She was with me all day.